and welcome back. Good morning. This is Kyle from Twisted Modworks, and today, this is our worker Nightingale. But we're not really here to look at the Nightingale as much as we are to look at this bracket on the side of our Nightingale. With that being said, we are here to look at this. This is the Midlock holster. Yeah, that's basically all this is. This is all 3D printed parts. The release here, top receiver, bottom receiver, the receiving plate, the back plate, and the MOLLE loops. The parts that are not 3D printed are, of course, the elastic to let this be springy, and of course, the M3 screws and hardware, receivers, everything in here. That it was all heat sunk into the plastic to make this very, very strong. That way we can use it. The difference in the holstering applications, this is the air quote holster that you get with the Nightingale, which slips on that bottom rail and would have a belt clip here, but if you're running, you guys kind of get the point. Not that you're going to be doing that, but you know, hardcore parkour, going around a corner, this could just slip off. With the Midlock system, you have this plate with these two kind of cones here, and wow! It's not coming off until you pull the release and pull up. Kind of cool. So this is set up to work on a MOLLE application. There are other plates that you can put in to give you different MOLLE spacing, as there is a wide spread or a smaller spread, which is completely up to your MOLLE setup. But all you need after that is obviously the MOLLE lock, which is in the files for this print, and that would obviously pin that in and make her nice and tight on your gear. Now, the link to the Midlock files is going to be in the description box below, but there's one thing that I think just makes sense. With this Midlock system, obviously, you have a universal application. You can keep this down on a leg, flick it with your thumb, and pull it out. For me, I am going to be running a battle belt, air quote, tactical belt, / whatever you really want to call it, with a drop leg pouch or panel and a dump pouch on my other side. A new gear, obviously coming soon, and a bandolier around my torso. So this could be here for a easy, kind of release. Could be on the belt, which honestly would kind of look badass, or just nicely on the drop leg panel, so I could easily be pulled and released. That is the amazing thing about this system. There is just 6 screws in the middle of this here, making this a completely universal setup. So you can just turn this way and have this sitting this way. No matter which way you want to mount this, there is an endless amount of possibilities. So if I want to take this apart and have the Nightingale like this, with this like this, I easily could just run a normal belt through that or anything else, or on a chest rig. That gives me a lot of options with this. Now, I set it up in its standard configuration, truly just because 1, I think it looks better, and 2, if I do plan on putting it down on a leg, it'd be a lot easier to not have to take it all back apart and do so. But overall, this just gives the Nightingale a little bit better of a air quote holsterable situation. And of course, these files, open source on Printables, so again, down in the description box below. The adapter for the Nightingale itself you will find separately on there as well. And these 2 little cone lock guys are part of the Midlock kit, again on Printables, so that will not be with the kind of adapter assembly, but that just, screws right on. You will need longer bolts, which, if you're really kind of into this kind of hobby, you probably have multiple sets of longer M3, M6 hardware laying around, and you can kind of choose what you need and do what you need to do to make that work. But this was my solution to having this on my body. Easily accessible. Again, down here, 1 thumb, pull back, and good to go. Easy to lock back on with no issues whatsoever. And yeah, just a nice little system If I have clips of me putting it together, you will see them now. I think I struggled quite a bit putting this together because that's before I realized I should actually get the proper hardware. Anyway, y'all get the point. So, this is the Midlock, obviously. Shout out to its creator, again, in the description box below, as well as credit above the link to its creator. And thank you guys very much for watching. This is just a really nice, simple system and a really easy application to get another blaster on your body, which, you know, has a very, very good capability, being semi. I'm also going to be putting one of these on my Nightingale too, just to make it that little bit more universal. Thank you guys very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your nerfy friends. If this is something that you guys would like to see, we are going to be diving into a little bit more on the 3D printing side coming very soon, so please stick around. And again, like I said, do all the fun stuff, and I will see you next time. Something a little bit bigger, something a little bit more old school, something a little bit not worker, not nerf. Again, thank you guys very much for watching. As always, peace out, bros.